August 3rd, 2025. This is the S&P 500 E-futures mini on the 2000 tick chart using NinjaTrader 8. Here's what the chart looked like today. For the most part, it was kind of in a big range from 64.64 to about 64.25. So it's at about 40-point range. Price action was kind of choppy today. From the pre-market, it kind of sold off, did this gigantic bounce, one leg up, pulled back, a huge bounce up, and then it kind of went into this sideways consolidation, kind of failed breakout. It was hard to really trust this trading range, and it had this big yellow leg up, then this red leg down, kind of looked like it fell into another sideways consolidation, then it pushed down another sideways consolidation, and then another rally back up. This big rally happened in the last 30 minutes, which is kind of insane because it kind of looked like it took back everything that happened today. So here's the low, and it kind of rallied all the way back up into pretty much the high of the day. So I managed to take one trade today. It was a little riskier. I'm a little rusty. I had, I think, about 10, 12 days off because I had to take care of a lot of things offline. And then I also got a new not new laptop, but a new monitor. So the chart looks a little bit bigger. And then overall, I didn't find too many trades today. The only economic data that came out was the job openings report, which came at around 7 o'clock Pacific Standard. And it kind of created this big, well, not really big, but kind of caused this little bit of oscillation here. I'm going to get into the trades right now. The pre-market looked like it went down, broke this green down channel, tested low, then pushed up, kind of pushed up, broke, came back down, and then went up on this gigantic orange channel rally, broke, made another 2 legs up, and then it came down what it looked like this yellow down channel. Now in the pre-market, it looked like there was a new low here. First entry short, pullback, second entry short. I thought this might have been a possible trade if I was trading it, because it looked like there is a yellow down channel that seems to be respected on the support side, on the low side, and on the high side. So this is the first break of this yellow down channel, and it looks like a pretty decent signal bar, enough to push down for at least a quick scalp. Go ahead and zoom in, make things easier to see. So then the market opens. Market opens and prices just pretty much move sideways. You can find second entries, but it's a little bit hard to trust right now. You could try to be looking for range rules as well. But if you look at this right here and where this candle prints, it's only about 4 points. So even going for a 1 point scalp feels a little bit dicey. So I'm just waiting for more price action to print. Comes up, comes back down. Initially, I did have this. So I had a trading range a little bit tighter. I had something closer to like this. But then it broke out. Thought this, thought this was a failed breakout. Prices keep coming down. So right here, this purple range was what I was playing initially. Looks like it was working pretty well. EMA isn't really helpful at this point because it's not really giving you any good bias because it's just flat with prices cutting above and below it. Looks like it was 2 legs down visually, but no clean setup. Pushes back out. So I'm still thinking this is the purple range that I was playing. Then it pushes down on this orange down channel. So fail breakout on this side, fail breakout on this side. At this point, I extended my range to become this blue one. It looked like it might be capturing more of the price action a little bit better. Plus you have 1 touch, 2 touch. By the time I see this 3rd touch, it's a little bit too late to try to take a triple test because I'm already over here in real time. Pushes down. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I expanded it to this big blue one. Break of this orange down channel, test the low, pushes back. I'm thinking this is a fail breakout. I'm expecting a push back to the highs and then a symmetrical breakout here. Pushes up, falls short, but I'm thinking break of the green up channel. It's going to test the high, but it doesn't. Flushes back down, bounces. So there was a tighter channel drawn here, which I've kind of since deleted because it didn't really help. So something like this, color it in to say red. Break of the red down channel, test the low, keeps going. At this point, this is the job openings report. The news comes out, kind of staying out of it, causes this spike down, rapid recovery up, technically if it's first entry short here, but I saw it more as a visual first entry short, pushes up. Technically I have a second entry short. So I saw this as a visual first entry short, second entry short, and this is actually where I take my first trade. I'll admit this isn't the cleanest trade and is a little risky. So what I saw was this is a visual bigger fail breakout. Now I didn't extend the trading range down to here, but I saw this as like a fail breakout, push up, another big fail breakout here. Now this is an orange up channel pushing up, confirmed pretty nicely. I did have it tighter initially right here. I had something like this initially, break, technically it's tested the new high, but it came down, visual first entry short, second entry short. Second entry short looks like it's a second entry short failure, but then when it opened here, flushed down and recovered really quickly, engulfing both this bar and this bar. I put in my order one tick above, jumped in, quickly got 2 points out of it because I was thinking at least it pushed to the high, still thinking it's going to test the high of here, got to 2 points, moved my runner pretty much 2 ticks above my break even and got stopped out. Now, in hindsight, this isn't really a good setup. It feels a little bit rushed. And I think since I haven't been trading for quite a little while, at least for me, I felt a little eager. So when I saw this forming and it's had such a strong bullish push up, I jumped in. You know, it is a higher low, a failed second entry short, but it's not the strongest setup because this trading range, the high side is confirmed. The low side really isn't because it's making lower highs every time. Before this candle forms, it's making lower highs and lower lows. So it looks like it could be starting to trend down. So I did jump the gun. I think I was definitely lucky this trade did work out. It would have worked for a 1 point scalp, but I pressed for 2, got it, and then it came back down. Now, if I stuck around any longer, like if I tried to go for 3, this candle or this candle definitely would have stopped me out. But if I had just gone for a 1 point scalp, it would have been safe. So kind of a lesson learned that since I've been off for a little bit of time, I should have just kind of gone back to being more conservative, 1 point scale with no runners. But in this case, it worked out. Got to make sure I appreciate how lucky I am and not turn this into a bad habit. The prices continue moving down, breaks out. So at this point, I'm thinking, could the range actually be something lower here? It doesn't quite fit well here. It doesn't quite fit well here. So every time you just kind of keep extending the range, it feels like you're chasing it a little bit. So I kind of just left it originally where I had it. Think about right here. Price is another big fail breakout. It moves up. Technically, you have a new low. You have a first entry short, pull back. You have a second entry short, technically a second entry short here that may be about to fail. Now, this big green uptrend broke, and you're technically going to test the high. At least that's what I was thinking it was going to do. But it was really a good signal bar. You have a new high, first entry long, potential second entry long here, and a failed second entry short. But it felt like it was kind of bouncing off in the middle of nowhere, other than the midline of this trading range, but it didn't feel quite like a safe setup. It would have worked though. Pushes up. I saw this as a potential triple test because you have 1 localized touch, 2 localized touch, 3 touch, also a visual first entry short. Technically, you have a second entry short, but more of a visual first entry, pullback, second entry, triple test going for you. This wasn't the best signal bar. By the time this closes, it felt like it was too late because I was thinking I might run into the EMA. But in this case, it would have worked. Of course, I didn't know that at the time. Prices continue moving up. This yellow up channel isn't established yet. It's more of a trend line down here. And I didn't really trust anything up here yet. Till this formed, then I kind of converted it into a yellow up channel with 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 1 touch, 2 touch. So I trust resistance up here more than I trust support because there's only 2 confirmations. Prices continue pushing up. No clean second entries that I can trust. First entry long. Technically I have a second entry long here, but it's doji. Don't really like that. Comes down here, bounces off the EMA, but I couldn't see a good setup. It looks like it's moving sideways, so I drew this as a trading range, or as a potential range. Breaks out. I'm thinking this might be a fail breakout, but it continues lower. That's when I established this red down channel. Looks like it's be a little tighter right there. So far it's obeying this red down channel pretty well. Unfortunately, I don't see a clean area to enter. Then I see this red down channel break, pushes up. I'm expecting potentially a test of the low with 2 legs up, but it doesn't. It breaks and continues downwards. So it then creates a new low here, localized new low. First entry short, really strong push up. Don't know what that is all about. Then a second entry short, but here, this signal bar, you're not really even thinking it's a it's a good signal bar right now because it's too doji-ish. You don't know that this is going to happen. So I'm now looking for a lower high below the EMA. First entry short, second entry short, but it doesn't do that. Kind of pushes back up. Now I think there might be a small short and trend channel working here. So orange push up, break, test the high, kind of pushes down. Just kind of watching and waiting. Here it almost looks like it's 2 legs up, 1 leg up, visual, first entry short, pull back, second entry short. So I'm looking for a lower high here now. It doesn't occur, it pushes back up. You could say this is a lower high, but it feels like it's too late. Plus, relative to the price action today, this seems like a very big bar. So I didn't really want to take a risk on that. Also, I thought initially the low of a potential developing range was down here. Pushes down, looks like it's also 2 legs down. 1 leg down, pullback, second leg down. So it looks like a first entry long pullback, second entry long, potential second entry long triple test. Should have marked that actually. So I'm thinking there's a, at the time, second entry long triple test. And it goes to show that if I didn't really quite see it in real time, then it wasn't a trade that it would have taken. And it's more of a hindsight notice. So it's a first entry short, excuse me, 1 leg down, second leg down, first entry long, second entry long. You do have a higher low here, but there's such a big tail, such a strong pullback. If I saw this and recognized it in real time, I don't think I would have taken this trade. Pushes down, fail breakout here. Technically a first entry short, pushes back up. It's a potential fail breakout of this trading range. Pushes down, creates a higher low, excuse me, should be a lower high. Now, what I marked this as an almost trade, it's just something that I noticed. It's first entry short, second entry short, lower high. It's just not the right color. It is a bearish green candle, but if it was red, I think I would have attempted maybe to take this trade. But I saw this, wasn't 100% confident on the read, so I left it alone. And in this case, it would have worked. But of course, in this indicated, the indications at that point didn't really give me that much confidence. So I'm okay skipping it. Pushes down, breaks out, fail breakout, push down. It's getting a little choppy, continues down. There should have been, I think I drew a channel, but I deleted it. And it's because it didn't quite fit all that well. They got something like this, break, test the low, nothing I really like, so I just kind of left it alone. Pushes up, so first entry short. Technically, I have a second entry short failure. This is potentially moving back into this trading range, but I wanted a higher low to be certain. You don't really get a higher low. You do have a first entry short, second entry short, no higher low. Now the prices have kind of run away. You do kind of get a higher low here, but it's the wrong colored signal bar, so I'm not even going to attempt that. Prices then continue, pushes back down, kind of moves sideways. Looks like it's 1 leg down, pull back, second leg down, and it continues dropping. So I look to the left, and I notice I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It's a little choppy today because this trading range wasn't, I mean, early on it looked like it was fit pretty well, but then after these failed breakouts, didn't feel that safe. Same thing with here. You kind of have a repeat situation where you had a trading range here, but toward the latter half, it started oscillating and getting a little choppy and noisy. So this is pushing down. I'm expecting some kind of reaction at the pre-market low. It is a push down, break of the orange down channel, then it starts reversing. So I'm thinking this orange down channel may test the low. So it's a first entry short technically. You have another second entry short here, but this signal bar doesn't really give you that much confidence. Then it pushes down, so you have a confirmed second entry short. I'm looking for a lower high. You don't get a lower high, it just kind of pushes down and out. You technically get a lower high here, but it's a doji, and I would rather it pressed up strongly to touch the EMA and then get rejected, but it didn't happen. Kind of gets noisy. You have a new low, first entry short. Technically, you have a second entry short. I'm not that big fan of this. I didn't think it was a trading range just yet. It's also a visual first entry short, pullback, maybe a second entry short. But to be honest, I wasn't trusting this setup right now, or my read. I wasn't 100% sure what was happening. I do think the EMA is coming into play, so I'm just kind of leaving it alone. Pushes through or pushes around. I'm thinking this could be the trading range, the highs. You have a triple test technically, and you have only a double test down here. The problem here was I wasn't sure if the trading range was actually starting right here with an early fail breakout. So technically you do have a triple test here, but I wasn't sure if this is going to act as support because it did act as some kind of support area here, even though the range could be all the way down here. But it looked like it tried to get down there this time, second time. So this could be a bounce point. So I wasn't trying to go short right there. Potential fail breakout here, pushes down, first entry long, another potential fail breakout. Now, this potential fail breakout, I thought was actually a potential trade because it looked like it has two legs down, one leg down, pull back, second leg down. Visuals, first entry long, second entry long. It is below the EMA, but I like that the signal bar moved below the previous and pushed up. So when I see something like this, first entry long, second entry long, potential fail breakout with the idea that the range may have been down here, I thought it might have been a possible trade. It is feeling a little riskier, but I did like the strong pushback into range. But I personally wanted a higher low, which never shows up. Kind of chops around, looks like you're just operating in this tight range. First entry long pullback, second entry long. Technically, this is inside to this guy, but maybe a trade here if you're a little more aggressive. Top sideways. Now starts pushing up, and this starts pushing up in the last 30 minutes. Here, there's really no clean second entry, so unless you kind of entered here from the new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short failure, and then maybe if you took this as a higher low, but this isn't a good signal bar, you would have had just been pretty lucky because you'd be buying into the top of the range. There's no real way to ride this up or enter safely, because as you can see, it kind of pushes up and then it pushes into the close. So it wasn't the easiest day because it was a little noisy. At least for me, it wasn't the easiest day. The one trade that I did get, which was profitable over here, I admit wasn't the safest. It definitely was aggressive. I think it was a carryover for me feeling FOMO and anxious for not being able to, well, work for the last almost 2 weeks. And so this kind of definitely affected my thought process. So hopefully that was helpful.